Experimentalist and educational reformer John Dewey revolutionized the educational process. With his ideology, if we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. 100 years later, this push away from a stagnant educational system is just as crucial. We live in a world that is constantly evolving through development in technology, perspective, and philosophy. Therefore, as 21st century educators, it is vital that we embrace a growth mindset and reach beyond a traditional and generic educational approach. By transitioning from a one-size-fits-all educational mindset to embracing the individuality of each learner, innovators rather than students are born. Project-based learning is the gateway for equipping students with the 21st century skills and tools necessary to not only survive, but to also thrive in our ever-changing world. While 21st century learning is centered in STEM classes, it is just as important for students to become masters and manipulators of the liberal arts. In particular, while STEM classes focus on creating, innovating, and reimagining, ELA classes aid students in developing the skills necessary to work with man rather than just machine. For example, during my clinical teaching, I planned a multi-genre PBL, which required students to observe history and literature, not from the sidelines, but by becoming active, engaged members in the past and written word through critical thinking and synthesis. As students uncovered the historical details of our nation's greatest wars, they transformed into undercover reporters and attempted to see the wars through the eyes of both sides. This prompted students to develop the PBL's driving question: why is it important to look at situations from all perspectives? As students reflected on the conflicts of history, sparked by controversial and vastly different perspectives, they then developed an understanding and importance of two key 21st century skills: collaboration and communication. Just as important as furnishing students with the 21st century skills is ensuring that they have a firm foundation in content knowledge. This requires analyzing student data, then spiraling in TEKS into engaging in innovative activities that entice students to dive into the deep abyss of learning. Therefore, in order to address student needs of understanding theme, while still differentiating content to pique interest and cultivate intellectual growth, students were challenged to make connections between self, text, and the world. This in turn birthed student-created theme webs. Students were tasked with pulling a driving theme from central historical texts, which embodied the time of war while still reigning true and evident today. From there, student choice guided the direction of the theme webs as they added personal anecdotes and text evidence from works of their choosing to support the universal truth of their group's theme. As the theme webs formed to connect and encompass pieces of history, literature, and unique contribution from each student, 21st century skills of communication, creativity, and collaboration became interwoven. As seen in this multi-genre PBL, the PBL process allows for an amalgamation of content and encourages cross-disciplinary exploration, furthering student understanding and stretching the minds to connect all aspects of learning. This better prepares them for their unique futures, for the path of the 21st century innovator is not one way, but a maze of opportunity, knowledge, and progress. As we make each decision as educators, it is critical that we do not let our students get caught in the monotony of schooling, but instead open their eyes to the infinite possibilities found through the collaboration of innovation and education. Finally, I'd leave you with a quote from the groundbreaking poet and Nobel Prize winner William Butler Yeats. "Education is not the filling of a pail, but the lighting of a fire."